Okay, and we are rolling. First of all, welcome back to the channel. This is being released on Boxing Day, so I hope you've had an amazing Christmas, and I hope Santa's brought you all the running present you could have ever asked for. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through the Saucony Peregrine 11 after 200 miles. Now, it's fair to say that this is my most raced trainer ever. Usually when I do races, there's quite a bit of gap in between, but I have completed 4 races, including 2 ultras, in the Saucony Peregrine 11. That's without countless training runs up in the Brecon Beacons, here in the Avon Valley. So without further ado, let's get into my thoughts after 200 miles of the Saucony Peregrine 11. Okay, with the release of Saucony's road lineup, like the Speed, like the Endorphin Pro, there was only one way the shoes for the trails were going. With the Saucony Peregrine 10 being so likeable amongst the trail community, this had a lot to live up to. Question is, did it? Now, let's go over the specs of the Saucony Peregrine 11. This is a very stable shoe with an amazing outsole that's perfect for putting miles over varied terrain. Coming in at £115 or $154, the Peregrine 11 is for the neutral runner, and it weighs 319 grams for a men's size 10 UK. There's an offset of 4mm, offering you the ability to hit the trails at peak speeds. It offers a power run cushioning for a fast and responsive ride, versatile grip to tackle any terrain, a rocker plate for plenty of protection. It's designed for confidence on any terrain, and it's durable, and the ultralight upper shields you from any debris when on the trails. So after 200 miles, let's just take a little look at the wear on the shoe and see how it's holding up. So as you can see there, it is starting to wear on the outer just a tad. Now the Power Track outsole, I mean, that's still amazing grip. It's starting to go there. There is little bits coming off, but that's to be expected because of the train that I've been putting it. The responsiveness, I mean, to be honest, looking at the shoe, yes, they're dirty, but you really wouldn't think that I've put them through over 200 miles with 4 races. With that in mind, I'm going to go through the things I like about the Peregrine 11 and then the things that are not so good. So, first of all, we're going to talk about the outsole. This, as you can see in the footage now, this outsole, the Power Track outsole, grips to absolutely anything. In my circumstances, on the trails, in the Avon Valleys, I cover all sorts of trail, be that forestry, be that mud, be that grass or gravel, and the Power Track outsole has done its job. And I didn't know that the little circle things there, if you are in harsher climates, then you can screw in little screws so it allows you to run in the snow. Quite a cool hack. So the first thing is the outsole. The second thing I like about the Saucony Peregrine 11 has to be the comfort. Now, before I bought these, I did do some research because I have wide feet, and people were saying that it was narrow, so I did go for the wide option, but the comfort on these shoes for me is perfect. Yes, I did have to break them in. That was evident. However, I'm not going to put that as a negative because I think every trainer or every shoe has that bedding in period, shall we say. This took me about 2 or 3 runs before I felt comfortable in them because they were just a little bit firm underfoot, especially on the trail. But yeah, the comfort now, even though I'm 200 miles in, it's got a plate to propulse you forward, and you can definitely feel that on the trails, and I don't really have any issues with my feet hurting. I've used this for 250-kilometer races, and yeah, I've never suffered with blisters or hot spots, which is really, really good, especially in a trail trainer. The third thing to say good about the Saucony Peregrine 11 is the durability. As you can see, after 200 miles, they're practically brand new. Well, I say brand new, they're dirty, but in regards to how many miles do I think these have left, I'm going to continue using them until they fall apart, probably, or until I start getting issues. But the durability And now a lot of people complain about them being too heavy and not breathable enough, but I live in the Welsh Valleys. For me, they suit me down to the ground. The fact that they're a little bit heavier, not much, you would have seen the weight earlier, and the fact that they are a little bit more condensed or less breathable than what the Hoka versions are. I like that about the shoe because the trails I use it on, and yeah, it's the last ability that it's going to give me in the shoe. So those are the 3 prominent things I've found over 200 miles with Saucony Peregrine 11 that's going to allow me to continue going out and hitting the trails in these things. Now, what don't I like about them? Really, there's only one thing. As you would have seen from the video in the start, the Saucony Peregrine 11 comes with 2 insoles. So there's the first and there's the second. I'm not sure why, but they're not joined together. And what has happened on more than 2 occasions when I'm running is this yellow base insole has ended up like that. So when I've been in a race, somebody's come to me and said, mate, your insoles are hanging out. I'm like, what? And that's happened to me twice. And also on a training run on Penvan, which I'll stick there. Now, I could get around this by sticking some super glue in the insole and sticking it to the super glue, or by sticking these 2 together. So that might be something that I may look at doing sooner rather than later. I don't have any races in the lineup, but just see how, yeah, I think it's for friction. It might be for friction, to stop the friction, but yeah, they end up coming out all the time. So, well, that concludes my review of the Saucony Peregrine 11 after 200 miles. My question to you is, have you ever run in Saucony? This is my first ever pair. Do you have a pair of these? And do you have any problems like this that I've mentioned? Guys, that's it for another week. Make sure you click the thumbs up button, click the notification so you don't miss when I upload again. Make sure you subscribe. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. Big challenge. But remember, make fitness your focus, and we'll see you Sunday.